Now one more important thing is elements operator. Okay, so what's exactly elements operator? We'll see that now. So let's come back, and I'm just going to write here elements operator. Okay, so we are just going to write here elements operator. So it's very easy to learn, and I'm just going to say here itself we have elements operator. Okay, so there are actually first of all we have exist operator. That means if there is a field which exists or not. That means, for example, I want to get all the users whose name is Harshal, but first of all I want to check if the name field exists or not. If the name field doesn't exist, then why would I check for all the users whose name is Harshal, right? So this would actually save a lot of time. So exist field must be there. Then also I want to check the type. That means, for example, the type is boolean, then do something. If the type is number, then do something else, like that. Okay, so type operation. Then similarly you want to check the size. So size operation always it would add some limitation. That means if the number of people in my platform are 10, then only give the result. If number of people are in my platform are 11, then don't give the result, or 9, then don't give the result. So size operation really works. Okay, so now let's try to use these. So first, for that we'll again come back here, and here I just want to save. Suppose we had the products, right? Suppose we had the products. If I write db.products and dot find, and I'll just leave it empty, you can see I had some products created before, right? We had some products created before. So I'm just going to say that, suppose I want to say that if the price doesn't exist on any of the product, then don't give that product. Or I would just say, for example, I would just add some field to this. So db.products dot insert one, and I want to insert a document which has PRODNAME, product name. Okay, product name, and its product name is suppose XYZ. I've just added a random product, and it does not have suppose a price, and it's like this. So you can see it's added. Now if I try to find, you can see it's giving me everything. But you can see that suppose if I am using some front end, and the front end might be having some strict rules which has some strict kind of data, so you can see that this data might not be identified, and it might cause some issues. So what I would do is, I want to look for, first of all, if I want to say that if name field doesn't exist on my object, then don't return that. For example, I would just write db.products dot find. Now inside this, I'm just going to say we want all the products which have price field. So I would just write price, and it must exist. Okay, so it must exist. So I would simply write price and $EXISTS exists, true. Price must exist. So you can see I'm just saying give me all the products whose price are there. Okay, whose price exists. So actually the problem here is I haven't completed the syntax, I think. Okay, actually I have to add this here. Okay, now it's fine. So you can see it's giving me all the products who have price field. So you can see it didn't give me this one. Okay, right? And also similarly, if you want to get all the products which has product name field, PRODNAME, product name field. So you can see it's giving me all the products which has product name field. That means only one product was there, right? So that's how you can actually perform the exist operation. It's really important to use this because sometimes user might not have email or things like that. So you have to double check before sending the data. You have to double check that whether all the fields are there or not. So in those cases you actually use the exist parameter, right? Now after this we have one more type of operator, that is type. Okay, that is actually type. So you can actually first of all add a document. So I would just say, suppose I want to add this, and suppose the name of this is actually XYZ, but this time I'm just providing price as a string. Okay, so price is actually what? This time I'm providing price as a string. So price is again 100. Suppose I'm providing this price, but this is a string. So you can see it's created. Now if I just show you the products, you can see that yeah, everything is here, but you can see the new object which I created is actually having price as a string. That means I want all the products whose price is a number. I don't want that product whose price is a string. For that we can actually use the type parameter. So now similarly to the exist parameter, I would look for the type parameter. Okay, so here guys, I would simply say type is number. That means I want to get all the price whose type is number. That means price type is number. Okay, so number, it's actually not this kind of number. I have to provide it in inverted commas, then it would work. Okay, then it would work. So you can see I've just provided the type of price must be number, give me all those prices. That's how it actually works, right? So it gave me the result like this. Okay, so similar to this we have the size parameter also. So for example, I have some kind of products. So let me just add some products. So insert one, and let me just say data. Suppose we have data or temp array. Okay, temp array. Suppose we have some items in this temp array, just for case. Let's say we have posts. Okay, posts would be better. So post, and let me just say that we have some posts array inside this, which has some number 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, suppose we have this array here. Okay, so post array. So you can see I created this. Suppose we have one more, that is 6 7 8 9. Okay, and suppose we have an array who has only 2 elements. Okay, so now if I just show you this, so first of all, if I click on find, so you can see that yeah, I have added new objects here. You can see that yeah, it has some array. Okay, so I would just say return me only those array whose size is 5. Suppose whose size is only 5, not more than 5, not less than 5. If it doesn't exist, then also don't return that. How can I do this? I would simply say here db dot products dot find. First of all, I would just say that in some of my objects, you can see that this post array is not there. Previous objects post array is not there. First of all, I would just say that if post array is not there, then just skip. Just skip. Why are you looking for something which doesn't exist? So I would just say posts. If post array doesn't exist, that means it must exist. So post must exist $EXISTS as true. Okay, post must exist, then only objects would be returned. So you can see it's giving me only those objects which have post. First of all, now suppose I want to say it would also check that post must be having type of array. That means post must not be a string or anything else. This must be an array. This is an array. Okay, sometimes the post might be a string also. User would accidentally provide a string also. I don't want that. I just want all the arrays. Okay, so post, and here I can simply write dollar type is again you can just write array. Okay, array. So if I hit this, so you can see that again if there was some string instead of this array, that won't be returned. So you can see all were arrays, so I would easily get this. But let's suppose we are trying to add something which is a string like this. Okay, so this is actually a string. I'm trying to add this. So you can see I've added this. Now if I want to get all things, so you can see I'm not getting that string one. You can see I added this, but I didn't get this because I just simply passed parameter of array. So you can see I'm getting only array, right? Now one more thing here, I want to use the size. Okay, I would also like to add the size parameter. So I would simply say posts must be having size. Okay, so first of all I'm checking that it must exist, that it must be an error. Later then I'm going to check the size. So I would just say size must be something. So I would just say suppose size must be 5. Size must be 5. So you can see I think I provided wrong syntax maybe. Actually I needed to provide this side. Okay, now if I hit this, so you can see it would give me all the elements which have 5 values inside this post. So you can see that I only had one array which had 5 elements. I only had one document which had 5 elements inside the post. So I'm just getting this. Okay, so that's how it actually works. And that's how these element operators work. Okay guys, so today we have covered a lot into these comparison operators, different kind of operators in actually the read operations of MongoDB. So we have some important part remaining in read operation, and after that we have write operation. We have covered the write operation. After this we have the update operation and delete operation, which is going to be covered in the next video. So guys, I hope you understood this video. If you didn't understand anything, you can rewatch the video again to understand things completely. So that's it for today. We covered all the operations which are required in create and read part till now, okay, of MongoDB objects. You can see we perform some operations, that is in read documents. We covered the read document part today. In the last video we covered the create part. So in read part we covered the find operation, we covered these comparison, then logical, then different kind of other operators which I have already taught here. Okay, so I hope you understood this video. I will see you in the next one. Till then, see you, have a good day. Bye bye.